I'm Lorene. I am a new producer learning to use Cakewalk, which is a digital audio workstation that is totally free by Bandlab. This isn't sponsored by Bandlab or anything, or Cakewalk. I just really like that it's a tool that is awesome and it is free so that there's no barrier to making art. The hardest part about making art is just to start. So follow along as I struggle to learn things in this program, and we'll learn them together. All right, in order to get Cakewalk, you download it from bandlab.com. Just want to show you. Bandlab is actually very, very cool. I haven't even used all of its capabilities yet. This is my personal Bandlab page, but let me show you this. There's these 4 dots here. So this is bandlab.com. This is where you get Cakewalk. You just hit that download button and Cakewalk is yours. And they are always updating it, so that's good and bad. Save a lot as you go along because you can lose stuff in updates, but it's also great because they're constantly fixing bugs. So just wanted to show you that. And I just noticed that they have all these sound pools, all these loops that are free. I'll have to read the fine print about it, but let's try downloading one. So let's listen to this one, Bandlab. I like that sample. Let's get it. Okay, I want to download the pack. Ooh. I really like using loops. I find I get more creative ideas that I wouldn't have had without the loops. And that's always good. More ideas is good. Some people think that using loops is like cheating or something. I think it's all music and it's how you arrange it and how you mix it and how you use it. And yeah, loops are fine. It's a totally legitimate way of being creative. All right, so they have downloaded. Okay, I'm gonna extract all Cakewalk content, audio library, all the loops. Yes. Bella Beat? Bella Beat. Is that what it was called? Bella Bat. File management. It's a whole side of being a producer that isn't that fun. I mean, unless you're into that, that's fine. That's so cool. Okay, great. So now I have this whole new palette of loops, and I'll show you some of the other loops that I have. So this is just one spot to get loops, but there's loads of places online where you can get loops. We'll start with this though. I mean, this is fun. They even give you the previews here. Yes. You can do some like Stranger Things stuff. Okay, that's fun. The other thing I want to show you is that they even have this AI mastering, which is pretty darn cool. It's pretty darn cool. It sounds good. I know it's not a human being. It's not a human being with a human ear that is caring about your music and you're paying them to care about your music. But man, this is a cool tool, and there are AI mastering services out there that are quite expensive, and I haven't tried them, but I really appreciate this. This is very cool. Just kind of like pre-master your stuff to see what your stuff sounds like if it were to be mastered. And it's something you can give to an engineer to say, like, don't make it sound worse than this. Anyway, I use it a lot, and I think it's really, really neat. So wanted to show you that too. All right, on to Cakewalk. Let's open it up. All right, I have several projects going already, but let's click New Project. And let's go with Basic. All right, so I can see it gives me an audio track and a MIDI track. MIDI tracks are something I want to learn a lot more about, so it seems pretty rad. But for now, I'm going to delete this track because I don't need it. So, a little bit of orientation. This is the track view here. Down here in the console, if you open this up, this gives you your faders and the Pro channel, which is so awesome. I will show you that in a minute. I'm not sure why this extra, these things are here, but I'm going to hide them. I don't need them right now. So, starting a project, there's one thing I want to do before anything else, and that is, see this this fader here that says master? I am going to put on, it's technically an effect, it's a plugin. A plugin is, they're the things that make things sound fancy and cool, or even just are utilitarian and fix the EQ or the compression, things like that. All kinds of plugins ranging from free to hundreds of dollars, and there's lots of options there. Cakewalk comes with a lot of great plugins already. Really, really good plugins. I will show you all those. First things first, I'm going to insert this thing called the Voxango recorder. It looks really unassuming, but this thing is pretty great. It helps me to monitor my mix on my computer speakers, my like big nice speakers. If I didn't have this, when I don't have this, I can only hear everything on my headphones that are coming out of my interface. This is a really important plugin because I could not for the life of me figure out how to get Cakewalk to play just through my regular speakers. And I lost sleep over this. So there was finally somebody in a chat thread that said that they used this Voxango recorder plugin. It's free and it works and it's amazing. So let me show you that. This is at voxango.com. They make a lot of different plugins, many of which are free and also really good. There's another major one that I use that is free and it makes an incredible difference. So download it. It's going to be really helpful for you when you're using Cakewalk. I'm sure there's other ways to do this. If there are, please let me know in the comments. This is working and I'm really grateful, and I recommend it anyway. So install it. That's that. Okay, back to Cakewalk. Back in Cakewalk, I've got the recorder set up, and I want to make sure that it's output to MME, which stands for Multimedia Extension. I put this on a project and pulled out my hair wondering why it wasn't working as nicely as it did when I first got it, and it's because it was set to file. Just set it to Multimedia Extension. That means it'll go out to your speakers. Microsoft Sound Mapper, or I also have this roundabout routing through from my subwoofer, which is also like a stereo header, into my TV, which then goes to the, anyway, it's a whole thing. Sound Mapper's good, but that's why this Intel display audio is also my main way of getting sound out to my speakers. But Sound Mapper, great. A word about monitors. I don't have stereo monitors. I've heard they are good to have. I'd like to have them eventually. Stereo monitors are kind of like the idea is that they're like a really good camera that's taking a very accurate picture of what's the sound on your DAW. Whereas with like the cabinet speakers that I have by Sony, they're kind of already EQ'd to boost certain frequencies or dampen other frequencies, so I don't necessarily get a true to life picture of what's happening with the sound. But they're good for now, and I'm all about the use what you've got and just start making stuff. That's my note about monitors. Okay, let's set up our little listening station. Over here in the corner, you have a browser that helps you listen to your loops and clips and whatever it is you've got. We just downloaded that stuff. I put it in my audio library in the auto loops, and it was the Bandlab. So let's listen to some of these. And if it's too loud, there's a little preview bus over here. So so helpful, thank you. Let's listen to some of these. Hold on. I need the Voxango on and going. Stop. Where is it? There it is. Okay. It's weird. All right. Gonna hit start. Ah, yes. Okay, great. Now? There we go. All right, great. That's annoying. Okay, and right now our project is set to 120 beats per minute. So all of these, they may or may not be at 100 beats. It looks like, oh, even some of them say, like this one's 104 beats per minute. A lot of them are at 104. So what you can do, if you want to hear how it would sound with your project at our 120 beats per minute, which is this. It's the most common time signature. Time signature? Tempo. Tempo. It's not time tempo. Okay. You can go right click on media and preview at host tempo. Tempo. Okay. So now it's previewing at 120. If I change this to 150, you can hear how it speeds up. Or if I want to hear it at 80, ooh, that's kind of chill and nice. Actually, I like that a lot. I'm not crazy about the times. Maybe there's one without. It's like, alright, settle down. Well, it's called Tom Bar. Well, alright, let's use it anyway. So I'm going to drag it in. You can do it one of two ways. You can plop it right on the audio track that's already there. And it will, you can move it around that way. Or you can plop it into this side of things and it'll automatically make a track. All right. I'm just going to delete this guy up top here because now it has its own track. Let's listen to a few more and then talk about setting up our tracks to start mixing. It's too loud. Okay. That's a nice basic 4 on the floor kick. I like that. That's always handy. You can EQ it up and schmancy it. Kind of cool. Those are nice to have. Little ear candy things. Ear candy things are nice. let's grab that. I have an idea for that. I want to show you some transposing things we can do. Okay, so that's nice. That's really, really pretty. Okay. So we got, what do we got so far? We got something that looks like a nice little melody thing. Alright. To see what I've got here, you can pull this out. Just pull it over the mouse and that bar there. And these are still small, so you can pull them over. And it looks like you're just doing one, but then they all go. That's nice. Alright. So we've got drums. We've got some melody stuff. Let's look at bass. Where's bass things? You can also search like that. Bass. Oh, then it shows me all the bass stuff in that folder. That's nice. Cute stuff. I like this stuff. Yeah. That's vibey. No. I like that. I like that. Yeah. That's cool. It's got the phaser on there. It's cool. Yeah, we'll use that one. It's a nice one. I like that one a lot. This one was cool too. It's nice you can go back and forth. See, let's do this all day. Slap bass. That's pretty cool. Ooh. Maybe. Then has some fun delay stuff, but I want to show you delay stuff. We'll pull that in anyway. Okay, so we've got bass, we've got some synth, we've got some drums. What about like hi-hats? Any hi-hats? What do we got? That's nice. No. They're similar. I like this basic one. Those seem the same. Okay. Pull those in. All right. This is enough for just right now. We'll get a basic groove. Okay. So we've got a bunch of same looking faders, same looking buses. These are buses. Buses are great. Buses are your friend. All right. So first of all, what I like to do, so I don't get blown out of the water, I like to reset the volume on all the tracks to -30. I know, it seems low. But you can always mix up and without hurting your ears. So I'll just do that. Let's copy and paste. I think there's a faster way to copy and paste. And when I find out, I will tell you. But just doing it this way for now. Good old Control-C, Control-V. Oh yeah, good. Okay, yeah. All right, and then hit enter. They all go down. Yay! If I played these all together, it's going to sound like a big fat mess. So let's do it. Oh, that's actually kind of fun. I mean, they were all built to go together, so it's not that messy. But it's certainly not, I mean, awesome. Yeah, and actually, I do want to bring everything up. Sometimes certain things are just louder samples, and these are all made by the same person or group or something like that. So just for contrast, let's go. I have some loops that might be really, really cool with this. It's this 8-bit weapon loops. I got these from the magics.com. All right. These are really neat. They seem like they're real samples of like old game consoles. So let's look at, ooh. Oh, so loud. Okay, see, but you can see the volume difference in the loops. Okay, great. I'm gonna turn down the preview. And let's do that. I've still got preview of this tempo. What always does it sound like that? Oh, that's good. Yeah, let's do another one. So loud. That's nice. Okay, here's another thing I want to show you. So it looks like all of these things that we picked over here are in C, which is nice. So then they all sound like, oh, they're in the same key. That's helpful. There's something you can do where you go to Project and then set default groove clip pitch. And it's already at C, which is nice. But you could change it depending on what your key is. That I just thought that was really great and helpful. So there you go. Project, set default groove clip pitch. Groove clip is what Cakewalk calls a loop. I think it's sort of adorable. Ooh, no. See, these are all sort of annoying right now. I think I can work with that one. I mean, you don't have to do it like this where like you want to pick stuff that like you really vibe out to. Oh, okay, so this is the same progression, but it's got a little bit of a delay effect on it. I will show you how to do delays. It's very exciting. Okay, let's just pick a couple more. I like that. All right, that's a drum. All right, cool. And it's like I could go out and record just about anything and start making loops. I'd like to do that. We'll have to do another video about that. Remember how I put the stuff down to -30? Every time we put in a new track, it's going to be loud. I don't know why in the world of sound, 0 decibels is usually like the loudest that you can go in your program. I don't get it. It's something I could look up though. The master is already pretty high. See, it's at 0 too. I'm gonna just pull that down to -6 and then pull stuff up as we go. It's nice that there's the colors there, but I like to have the whole track in a certain color depending on what it is. I like to make the master track red. And because it's a bus, like all the tracks are going on that bus. They're all getting on the master bus. And the master bus is taking them out of the computer and into the speakers. And you can see on this fader, everything is going out to master. With this little down arrow and you can figure out where it needs to go. But let's make some other buses. Let's make a drum bus. Right click in one of these empty slots. Oh, you can't see because of my little preview. Okay, pull this over. Isn't this nice? So this, you can just like grab it, slide it around. Right click, insert stereo bus. And let's name this one drums. I like drums to be orange, personal preference. Insert stereo bus. Call this one synth. I like to make synths aqua teal. Bass. Sometimes synth and bass are the same. Oh. For some reason that. Oh, that's cool. If I double click, it selects all of them. That's weird. I wonder if it does it over here too. That's cool. Okay, then what if I've got it double clicked and then I change it to like -20? Do they all change? No. Just that one. Okay, I'm not really sure why then. That's okay. All right, anyway, let's make this a bass track. I usually make those yellow. And I don't see any guitars, but you know what? I have some guitar loops. So we'll make a guitar bus. Get on the bus. Make those green for guitar. And then I'll make a candy bus for all the ear candy stuff. That's like the goofy little dings and blips and stuff that we'll find along the way that are just delightful, and that's the ear candy stuff. Okay, drums. Oh, vocals. Vocal bus, very, very important. Vox. I make those blue. Great, now that we've got the buses, we can start to assign. And these strips, I can go to widen all strips, and this is the wide version. So wide. And then I can narrow them to make them little. And to refresh ourselves on what these were, we'll just tuck this away right here with the collapse, knowing we can get it right back again just by hitting expand. Collapse, expand, collapse. Mute and solo are really, really helpful. So let's listen to this first one. I think it's a drum loop. Pull it up. You can see the levels here. Okay. Oh, yeah. Love the synth drums. So that's going to go on the drum bus. And it turns yellow. Just like orange. Just like the drum bus. Okay. Then, who do we got? Oh, and to play, I'm hitting spacebar. But you can also go up here to this little, I think they call them modules. If for some reason you're going along and your modules suddenly look all different and you start freaking out, that happened to me several times. Right click up here and go to resize all modules, and you can get all your bits and bobs back. This happened to me too many times where I just like freaked out, shut Cakewalk down, open it back up in order to get my modules all back to where I was used to seeing them. Oh, that's our nice 4 on the floor kick. That goes to the drum bus too. -30 is low. It's low, but that way it doesn't blast your ears in case it's a loop like one of these like Game Boy synth loops, which is it's just a loud loop. Okay, what's this guy? Synth. Nice. To the synth bus with you. That's nice. It's a synth bass, but we're just gonna call it bass because we're probably gonna want to EQ it a little bit differently. It's just more efficient to do it with the bus. Of course, there's reasons you're going to want to individually EQ different sounds. That's fine. But sometimes in general, like if you have a bunch of vocal tracks that you've recorded with your voice and like you were at one level, it was one session, you were this distance away from the mic, and you have like a harmony track and a lead track and like another harmony track, it's probably going to be much easier for you to take those vocal tracks and put them all in a vocal bus and then handle the EQing of that as one thing. Okay, this guy gets on the bass bus. So I did solo. Okay. You can also solo from here, which is nice. Space bus. Okay. Who are you? You are also a bass. You're a hi-hat. So technically your drum, we might split you out. Oops. I don't want to mess with the color. I want to put it in the drum bus. I might put the hi-hat into its own bus, but we'll put it in drums for now. Okay, who are you? See, that's a loud friggin' thing. I'm like not even turning it up very loud. That's a synth. Okay. Synth bus. It could be a drum. I'm gonna call it ear candy because it's kind of weird. Because I don't know, it's just a little weird. Although it could be like a hi-hat. Nah, it's going in candy. I can't. Maybe I'll change my mind later. You can always change your mind. These aren't permanent. It's a beautiful thing about digital editing. Okay, who are you? Nah, sorry. I keep messing with the color there. And then the bus. Boom. Okay. Is that everybody? In order to move them so that they make more sense, you can go to View and go to AutoTrack Zoom. It's pretty helpful. That way you can make things a little bit bigger. And that'll come in handy later. And then just like smush everything all at once. Very cool. Very, very helpful. I've found it's helpful. You don't have to have it. I like it. So I want all my synths to live together. I want all my basses to live together. See this little squiggle guy right here? Not that squiggle and not those lines, but this particular squiggle right here. That's what you grab. That's the handle. It took me a while to realize that. I would like click around and like try to move things, and it was not really working. I would just like make something smaller. This little guy is the handle. You click on that, and then it moves. I mean, should. Okay. What? Why is this happening to me? Am I crazy? What's happening? Why? Yeah, okay. This is weird. That has not happened to me before. Oh, what did I just do? Oh, track icon. That's sort of fun. We'll get to that in a minute. What the actual hell? Okay. It shouldn't be this hard. Really. Maybe it's this squiggle. Is it this squiggle instead? Okay. Okay. It's that squiggle. That squiggle is actually the icon. Oh my god, it's so annoying. Alright. Yes. Wrong squiggle. That feels like a poor design choice, honestly. Like that's the only place I can grab it and move it around. Really? Okay. Alright, grab it by the squiggle. So with these squiggles, you can actually change them. You right click on that and go to load track icon. And this is a drum, synth drum, but go to drums. We'll pick a little, that's our 4-bar kick. So what do we got? Oh. We'll just call it, this has a big, nope, here we go. Kick drum, yay. All right. See, now it has a nice little picture of a kick drum. And then this guy, what is this guy? that's like a whole set, it's a whole synth set. So right click, load track icon, and just make it this whole acid orange set. Great. Okay. Synth party. Oh, you're a hi-hat. Okay. Grab it by the squiggle. Jeez. Okay. And then right click, load track icon, little hi-hat, little hi-hat. I don't know. That's fine. This one's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Okay. And then I've got my different synths, different basses, a little candy noise. I could do each one, but you get the idea. I have the colors to help me differentiate them as well. Okay, so those are the basic things that I do to start a project, where I've downloaded Cakewalk, and then I go and get that Voxango recorder. Go get this little guy. It's free. Just download him. And download some loops. Those can also be free. You can pay for some. And there's a bunch of free ones too. Start listening to things, vibing out. Set your tempo, and you can set your key also. Project, set, groove, clip, pitch. And while we're here, you can insert meter and key change and a tempo change too. So like if I wanted to change to 120 midway through the song, I could. Let's do that later. I just really wanted to start, and this is already a long video. So yes, and then you set up your buses, and you label your tracks. Like, this is a silly name. I could give it a more simple name in either place. I can either change it here, and this is just our kick, or I can change it up here. What was this guy again? It's like the Synths kit. So I'm gonna change the name to our like synth kit. It's got some like reverb on it too, so that helps me remember what that loop sounds like, because I mean, they're all gonna look like synthwave, bunch of numbers, bunch of letters. That's not that helpful when you're going through trying to mix stuff. Yes, so that's how you start, and I think I'll leave it at that for now. Thank you for joining me. Hope you learned something. I know I learned some things, and until next time, bye for now.